After a long day, you finally pick up your child from school, hoping for a peaceful evening. But instead, a massive emotional storm begins right at home. The teacher tells you they were an absolute angel all day, leaving you confused as you watch your child have a complete meltdown over a peeled orange. How is it possible that the same child who followed every rule at school transforms into a screaming little monster the moment they see your face? You might feel like a failure or wonder what you did wrong. But the truth is actually the opposite of what your tired mind is telling you. This sudden explosion of tears and anger isn't a sign of bad parenting, it is actually the highest compliment a child can ever give to their mother. Before you lose your patience, let's explore why your presence triggers this behavior and why being the target of their rage means you are doing great. Welcome to a journey into the heart of childhood psychology, where we decode the mystery of why children save their worst behavior for the people they love. If you have ever felt alone in this struggle, take a deep breath because today we are uncovering the truth about your child's hidden emotional world. Do not blame yourself for these difficult moments, instead, learn to see them as a bridge to a deeper connection and a much stronger bond with your child. This paradox of the good child and the difficult one at home is a universal experience that every dedicated mother has faced at some point. It is time to stop the self-criticism and start understanding the beautiful, though messy, science behind your child's after-school collapse and their deep need for you. Think about your child's day at school. They spend over 8 hours trying to be perfect, following instructions, and navigating complex social rules with their peers. Every time they share a toy they like or sit still when they want to run, a little bit of their precious emotional energy is used up. By the end of the school day, that internal battery is flashing red, leaving them with absolutely no energy left to regulate their intense feelings or impulses. This psychological phenomenon is known as after-school restraint collapse, and it happens when a child can no longer hold their composure after a long day. They have used every ounce of willpower to be good for the world. And by the time they see you, they are simply exhausted and overwhelmed. Imagine a massive dam holding back a giant river of emotions. The walls are strong all day. But eventually, the pressure becomes too much to bear. When the child sees their mother, it is like the floodgates finally opening, allowing all that pent-up stress and frustration to pour out in a rush. You are the one person in the world they trust enough to let go of the mask and show their true, messy, and very tired self. The explosion isn't about the orange or the homework, it is about the safe release of every frustration they carried during their many hours away from home. They aren't trying to be difficult or ruin your evening, they are simply seeking a safe place to fall apart after being strong for so long. Society demands that they behave, but your love allows them to be human, with all the complicated and difficult emotions that come with growing up today. When that mask comes off, it reveals a child who is desperately in need of comfort, understanding, and the unconditional acceptance that only a mother provides. It takes immense courage for a child to show their darkest moods, and they only do it with the person they feel most secure with in life. So, while it feels like they are attacking you, they are actually signaling that you are their ultimate safe haven in a very loud and demanding world. Remember, they don't do this with the teacher or the babysitter because they don't feel safe enough to lose control in front of those people yet. To truly understand this, we must look inside the developing brain, where a constant battle between logic and raw emotion is taking place every single day. The prefrontal cortex is the part of the brain responsible for logic, decision-making, and controlling impulses, but in children, it is still very much under construction. Meanwhile, the amygdala, the brain's emotional alarm system, is fully functional and ready to react with intense feelings whenever the child feels tired or stressed. Think of self-control as a muscle that gets tired after a long day of use. By 4 o'clock, that muscle is simply too weak to function. When the logic center powers down, the emotional center takes over, leading to those big reactions that seem so irrational to us as logical adult observers. At this moment, the child is no longer in control of their actions, their brain has switched into a survival mode, looking for safety and comfort. They are like an overheating computer that needs to be shut down and cooled before it can process any more information or follow any more simple directions. Understanding this biological reality helps us move from anger to empathy, realizing that our children are having a hard time, not just giving us one. When they reach the safety of your arms, their nervous system finally feels secure enough to release the high-pressure steam that has been building up inside. Your calm presence acts as an external brain for them, helping to regulate their chaotic emotions and bring their logic center back online through loving connection. A simple hug or a soft word can do more to settle their brain than any lecture or punishment ever could during an emotional meltdown like this. They are literally in a state of neurological crisis, and you are the only first responder who has the tools to help them find their way back. By staying calm while they are chaotic, you are teaching their brain how to eventually manage these big feelings on its own as they grow older. Be the lighthouse in their storm. Your stability is the only thing that allows them to navigate the waves of their own developing and overwhelmed mind. This is science, not spite. Your child is doing exactly what their brain needs to do to stay healthy and emotionally balanced in a difficult world. In these moments of high tension, you are more than just a parent, you are a sacred, emotional container for all of your child's heaviest burdens. Like a strong vessel, you hold the overflow of their feelings, keeping them safe until they can find their own balance and strength once again. When they pour their anger and sadness into you, they are trusting you to hold it without breaking, without judging, and without ever turning away. Being this container is an exhausting job, but it is also the most important role you will ever play in the emotional life of your child. Notice how they act around others. They are careful and controlled because they aren't yet sure if those people can handle their true, raw emotions. But with you, there is no doubt. They know your love is unconditional, and that gives them the freedom to be at their absolute worst with you. That grip is a sign of ultimate surrender. They are letting go of the struggle because they know you are there to catch them every time. Your heart is capable of transforming their pain into peace, provided you have the patience and the perspective to see the love behind the screaming. Psychologists call this the secure base, a foundation of safety that allows a child to explore the world and return home to recharge their spirit. You are their shield against the overwhelm of the outside world, the one person who makes everything feel okay again, no matter how bad it was. When you don't react with anger to their anger, you prove to them that their feelings aren't scary or too big for you to handle comfortably. It is a privilege to be the one person they trust with their vulnerability. It means you have built a bond of ironclad security and love. You are stronger than you feel in those difficult moments, and your ability to stay present is the greatest gift you can ever give to them. Watch as they settle into your arms. That moment of peace is the result of you successfully containing their storm and bringing them back to safety. You are the home they long for all day, the destination where they can finally be themselves without any fear of rejection or any social pressure. Now, let's talk about how to transform your own frustration into a sense of pride and calm during these challenging after-school meltdowns and tantrums. The first step is always to breathe. Your child is feeding off your energy, so your own calm is the most powerful tool you have. Next, acknowledge their struggle. Simply saying, "I can see you had a very long day and it was hard," can instantly lower their emotional guard. Don't try to fix the problem or lecture them in the heat of the moment, just be there as a quiet, loving, and supportive witness. You will notice the shift from explosive anger to soft sadness, which is the signal that the emotional release is almost complete and healing has begun. By choosing empathy over discipline in these specific moments, you are teaching them that their feelings are valid and that they are never truly alone. These difficult hours are actually the building blocks of a lifelong relationship based on trust, respect, and the knowledge that you are always there. Always remember that connection is far more important than compliance. A child who feels heard will eventually want to cooperate from a place of love. So, instead of thinking, "My child is being bad," try thinking, "My child feels safe enough to show me how much they are hurting today." This shift in perspective changes everything, turning a stressful afternoon into a profound opportunity for bonding and emotional growth for both of you together. You are doing an incredible job, especially during the loud and messy parts. Never forget that your presence is the greatest medicine for their soul. To all the mothers watching this late at night or during a brief moment of quiet, this final message is for you in your heart. Every sleepless night, every wiped tear, and every difficult tantrum you have weathered is a testament to your endless strength and your beautiful devotion. Your child's quacking and crying are not signs of your failure, but proof of the absolute, unshakable trust they have in your love for them. You are their world, their harbor, and the only person they choose to lean on when the outside world feels just a little too big. Thank you for being that emotional container, for holding the broken pieces, and for loving them even when it is most difficult to do so. The work you are doing today is building a foundation of emotional health that will serve your child for the rest of their entire life. So keep going, keep loving, and keep being that safe place. You are doing much better than you think, and you are exactly what they need. Good night to the heroes in the shadows. You are the vanguards of love, the containers of hope, and the heart of every single home.